I'm just going to be testing out my volume here, briefly try something quite different, and that is I've been putting off for ages starting out this testing of this FF1 script for monster testing, and I've been doing it because, I mean, I've got another run on the go, and on the go, can't speak, and I've been playing that FF Tactics run for like 10 months. A really silly amount of time, but I don't get that much time to play with games, and FF Tactics is a long game, and for that matter, I'm playing it a little strangely. So, as much as I'd really like this to work and be able to play this, I've been putting it off. And I feel bad because my message board friend Fat Rat Knight, who seems to have disappeared lately, possibly because he doesn't think anyone appreciates his work, seems to have left because he doesn't think anyone appreciates his work, and I can't have that. And so I'm finally testing out his monster party script. That's the cute name I've given it. It's not what he calls it. What does he call it? I'm looking at it here. Final Fantasy Monsters as Players Script version 0.90 by Fat Rat Knight, who also goes by Lyric Kerwan, I believe. The only part of this script I need to show on screen, and I can do so briefly here, is this is the part where I actually select the monsters. And I do it by filling in this little table, because Lua likes to call arrays tables. And I just fill it in with monster IDs. So I went ahead and I started with the first 4 monsters by index. Imp, Gur-Imp, Wolf, and Gur-Wolf, to just see that it's working. And I've already peeked just to make sure I could get the base functionality going before I stream anything, but I haven't looked at any of the advanced monsters. So this is a clean save state where I've got basic party members. I don't know that their stats look any different out of battle. I think everything here is completely normal. I think. Yeah. But it'll be different in battle. And so what is happening is his script is running, and right now I've got it buried in my own party status script so we can view their stats. And what you're going to see there is the party stats are showing up a bit strangely. Their strength, agility, intelligence, vitality, and luck values are unchanged. And that's because monsters don't have those stats. You could easily reverse engineer their agility. You could arguably set something up for luck, and I've proposed something before, but whatever. Damage. Their damage, for example, the first guy, whose name is 1, his damage is showing up as 4 out of 10. And what that is 4 is the attack stat of an imp, and 10 is the attack stat of a level 1 unequipped fighter. And so that's actually working correctly. Let's have that come up again. We're going to have, right after luck, we got 2 having 8 and 2. That's because a Gur-Imp has an attack of 2 and an unequipped level 1 thief has a stat of 2. And they're actually able to act using these stats. Absorb is an interesting one because 1 and 2 have an absorb stat because imps and Gur-Imps have some level of armor. Where imps, they're basically your D&D goblins, right? They're wearing leather armor, so they've got a defense of 4. And Gur-Imps, I guess, have leather armor plus a shield or something, and so they've got defense of 6. And so it's funny because theirs show up as 4/0 and 6/0, and that's because they are unequipped level 1 characters. Their absorb value is 0. But they're not going to act like it because their unequipped value, their current in-battle value, is set to match the monsters. And so that all appears to be working correctly. Let's watch their evasion. Let's advance things and watch their evasion go. Don't I have a... I thought I set up a frame skip button on my controller, but maybe not. Their hit rate is actually really low, but it does match the game. And then evasion. 1 has an evasion of 6, and so that matches a Gur-Imp. So what you're seeing now is they have the actual stats, besides their strength, agility, intelligence, vitality, luck, and hit points of those monsters. They also have no abilities. They got nothing for magic, nothing for items, which is pretty cool. We're going to see why later, I think. Anyway, we'll have our imp and our Gur Imp attack this Imp. We'll have our Wolf. How much damage can a Wolf do? A Wolf has 8 attack. Let's try the Wolf on one and the Gur Wolf on one. Right now, Mr. 4, who's a red mage, has really high attack compared to the others, 14, and so he's going to be perhaps literally our beast. Number 3 is a Wolf. He can kill an Imp. That's nice. 4 is a Gur Imp. You can see he's doing 22 damage there. I put it to response rate 5 so it'd be easier to follow. So it's slower than a lot of people are used to. How about the accuracy values on these guys? They're all a bit low, but a Gur Wolf has good accuracy. Now, the way Fat Rat Knight wrote the script, it's changing the in-battle values. And part of what that means is nothing is changed in the status screen. Damage stays as 10, hit rate stays as 10, evasion stays as 53, when an Imp's evasion is really 6, which is pretty useless. So it's pretty much invisible outside of battle, but you do see it in battle. Part of what that means is a bit of an asset, at least it will be an asset once I beat stronger monsters, is I don't need to equip my characters for them to do reasonably well. The plan for the challenge that could emerge from this, it's a loose plan right now, is that you would fight monsters, and for each monster you beat, you add them to the list, and you keep an active party of the monsters you've beaten. I would also, when I'm doing that, I would probably keep a version of this user interface but refine it a bit. The strength, agility, intelligence, etc. values are useless. There are a lot of people who turn around in my driveway. If I ever look distracted, it's because there's just strange happenings in my neighborhood, and I have not yet called the Ghostbusters. Okay, this is working out great. My Imp sucks. He can't penetrate and Imps absorb. Goblin versus Goblin combat is very boring. Okay, shall we ramp it up a little? It might actually be ramping it down. But there was a suggestion in the chat that the 4 weakest monsters in the game, the ones you would want to start with, are actually Imp, Wolf, Pirate, and Bone. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to make a change to the script. Imp, Wolf, Pirate is number 15 by a 0-based index, and Bone is 21, unless I've got that wrong, in which case I would have like an R bone or something, which is great. I save it, I restart my script, I'll whip open Astral Esper's guide on the screen there so you can see the stats, for some of them at least, and we'll see how that goes. So again, out of battle, the party should be completely unaffected. No difference here. But as I fight, you're going to see my stats are different. Notably, my damage is going to have gone down. Pirates are strong. They have very low HP, but HP is currently not something that's altered by this script. Magic defense. Number 2 has a very high 28. That's the Wolf. The Pirate should be pretty strong. That's a Bone attacking for 15. Bones have good attack for early game monsters. Three is a Pirate. So we're looking at relatively high evasion, I guess, for the early game. Pirates have good damage potential, but very, very poor HP. When you fight the Pirates, they have the lowest HP of any monster in the game. They have 6. That's not going to matter here, but they're otherwise not that bad for crappy low-level monsters. Your hit rates are terrible, my friends. Pirates showing up as having 8 damage? Is that accurate? Yep. And yeah, Bones have 10 attack. Very poor accuracy, though. It'll be interesting to see magic defense come into play, let alone when we get into skills. So maybe we should use monsters that have skills. Let's pick our first 4 monsters that actually have skills. Going back to the script view here. Let's see, I got Imp, Gur-Imp, Wolf, Gur-Wolf, we've looked at those. Pirate Bone, we've looked at those. Let's put in Wiz-Ogre. Who doesn't level Wiz-Ogre? Put in the Eye, that's going to be a fun one. I think going Phantom would be a bit hardcore right now. Put in Man-Cat and someone who has skills and spells. Well, I don't really have any of those besides Eye and Phantom. Let's put in Naga. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. We've got monsters now we're working with. Wiz-Ogre, Eye, Man-Cat, and Naga in that order. None of them are too close together in the list except Eye. Oops, there we go. Eye is a little bit close to Man-Cat, so we'll bring up Eye. In case we want to check out the values. Eye, pretty strong. Attack is 30, accuracy is 42. Their absorb is 30. Oh, nasty. What happened? Got an error. Monsterparty.lua line 83. Perform arithmetic on a null value field. Line 83, huh? Darn. It's with that monref thing. He even said that he thought monref was going to cause trouble. Aww. Everything crashed. I wonder, what can we do working around that? What the computer sometimes goes rogue and opens up the last thing I would ever want to view, Microsoft News. Okay. What the? There we are. Let's open up. Let's not open up the actual script. Let's we got Wiz-Ogre. Let's change it. Wiz-Ogre. We'll get rid of Eye and Phantom in case it's the special skills causing the trouble. Man-Cat. Naga. Gur-Naga. See how that works. Or maybe it won't, right? Okay, what do we got here? Everything's normal. I would like this to work. Okay. Gur-Ogre. Man-Cat, Naga, Gur-Naga. So everything's working except special skills is... Like, I mean, I haven't exactly done a large sample size, but let's see how that goes. Let's also check out the stats before we get in here. I've got my user interface. It is not writing values, it's just displaying values. So let's see. Damage is 6, 29. Damage on the Wiz-Ogre. Why would the Wiz-Ogre's damage be 6? Okay, here's Wiz-Ogre. Oh, they shouldn't be 30. They should be 29. That's why he's an asp. That's stupid. I don't want to be an asp. Don't be an asp about it. Okay. Let's see. Absorb is 6. He's still an asp. Stir is 20. Well, the strength, agility, intelligence, vitality, luck business is irrelevant for us. I'll take that out when I do the improvements. For now, we're just waiting. Okay, damage is 6. He's still an asp. We'll leave you as an asp, my friend. Number 2, you should be a Man-Cat. Your evasion is 60. Let's see if that matches. Yeah, his evasion is in fact 60. We should see that his absorb is 30, his damage is 20. That's showing up accurately. Accuracy is 28. Good. Okay, now here's where things get interesting. If I pick magic with him, it should cast Man-Cat magic. Okay, next we got Naga. Naga's stats are 9 damage, 71 accuracy, 8 defense, 72 evasion. Magic defense is 116. Yeah, okay, cool. And it also has magic. Let's see what happens. And then Gurnaga, let's just trust that it's kind of in the same boat, because waiting for these stats to load up is sucky. Fire 2. The first spell in the list of a Man-Cat. This is badass. That's nice. And there's no magic points. He just is able to use the Man-Cat spell list. We need to fight something stronger. I wonder how far this team could get before dying. Maybe I should play until this team dies. Led by the mighty Asp. Well, let's see if that's fixed itself now that we've entered a new battle. He should be a Wiz Ogre. I did have a mistake in there. Yeah, he did fix it. So let's do everybody magic. We got Wiz Ogre, Man-Cat, Gurnaga, or Naga and Gurnaga. So there's the Lit 2. That's the first spell for the Naga. You can see that on your screen up in the top right. This script is awesome. There are things we need to add and perhaps fix. The monster skills, at least when I used the eye, we had a script error. Maybe we won't with other ones, but this is great fun. I'm impetuous. I'm going to fix up my controls and keep playing. How do I do my controls? Input. Maybe I just never did. What is it? I don't remember how you do frame skip or whatever it is on this. Oh well. Okay, I'll just be patient. Wow. I knocked him all down. Their hit points do actually matter. That should be, frankly, all that matters. There's a list of to-dos in the script, and it's an interesting list of to-dos. I think that getting the HP value wouldn't be that hard. I've got all the memory addresses for the permanent stats. Fat Rat Knight just happens to have, in a perfectly reasonable way, just used the in-battle stats. So I don't see why that would be a problem. It could be writing to a different bank or something, but should be no big deal. Thanks for the bridge, dude. Oh, there's my fast forward. Okay, I don't need any equipment or any magic. I could buy a bunch of potions if I wanted. I think what's happening is my fast forward is just really bad in battle because of the number of calls being made. So Gurnaga's first spell is Ruse. Naga's first spell is Lit 2. How about Grogre or Wizogre? Come on. Ogre Mage. Ruse, Dark, Slep. Alright. It's interesting. Makes him defensive. Good person to have in the front. Again, hit points don't matter a ton. Feel kind of crazy, you know. Oh, shit. So you know what? It might not have been the specials that choked before. Something went wrong there. Line 83. It's actually crashing the emulator. I mean, the completely legitimate Nintendo Entertainment System. That's a bit of a drag because I'm going to have to keep starting from the beginning. Should we ramp it up? Let's ramp it up. Let's put in some crazy things. Okay. We're going to have a party of Phantom. Phantom. How about Evil Man? Mage and Fighter. Let's do Mage and Fighter. Let's do Fighter and Mage. It seems like the Mage should be at the bottom. Okay. Lua, recent... The script itself is not showing up in my recent. I think it must be because everything keeps crashing. Okay, these are crazy monsters who have a great deal of magic. No special skills, actually, I guess. Oh, what was that? Oh, that's it targeting. That's funny. That's the XXX spell when I think about it. This is a fighter casting something. What is it? Fast? Wall. So I'm bringing up the stats again here so you can see. Interesting spells being cast. This actually isn't as offensive as I would like. Look at that. Well, at least Rub works against a imp. If you've ever wanted to see Rub work, that's your chance, right? And we've also used X-Fur successfully. That's very exciting. Lit 3. I love the targeting of the magic. Fat Rat Knight did a bang-up job on that part. He did say his script is very unlikely to work properly with anything remotely bug fixed. Especially, I would think there would be problems with the intelligence bug. I could be wrong. So mine is currently doing that thing, that stat display script that I've shown off before. Shouldn't be causing any interference because it's mostly just writing things to the screen, one frame behind for that matter. Yeah, should be alright. My guys probably have really high absorb values. Let's see those absorb values. Their attack is 120, 55, 40, 26. Okay, hits percentage, yeah. Evade's really high. Magic defense is very high, higher than your party usually ever gets. Where's Phantom? Phantom's number 1. There's Lit 3 from the Mage. This is great fun. Well, I mean, until it crashes, it's great fun. There's a lot more I want to do with this. It would be really nice if there was built-in tracking for what monsters you have access to, but I was saying I'd write a companion application that would write the list of monsters to a file. And in doing that, I write mostly little .NET applications. Aw. Perfect. We'll put a wall on. That'll be great against Garland. See if we can rub Garland. Aw. Nothing worked on him. What a... Ah! Crazy dude. I just dropped my controller. It would be fun to see Phantom pound on him, though, with his damage of 120. Zap. Ha! What happens to the time loop when you exile Garland to the 4th dimension? Don't you think he should be one of 2 time-resistant enemies in the game? That's funny. This script is also, I noticed, starting to chug a little bit, just the amount of processing it does every frame. There's a few optimizations I could probably do to the part that's changing the display. And if it were going too slow, I would just remove the some of the parts where it's drawing lines on the screen, and what it's doing is it's changing that stupid border around the whole battle. The way the party appears in one box on the right and the monsters appear in one box on the left. Very discriminatory. I won't stand for that kind of discrimination. So this is good. Oh, that's interesting. I might have overwritten my endgame save, but that was from some old playthrough that was kind of sucky, so I don't feel too bad. You know what? Just kill the guy, Phantom. You're the Phantom, for frick's sake. Rub them out, Red Mage. I mean, Mage. Having to go through the spell cycle is annoying. 460 damage. I wonder if the crit rate's being used. I bet it is. I didn't double check that. I've read through the code briefly. It's very well documented. I'm very impressed with how well documented it is. My programming students would be crying out in agony. I insist on commenting, but a lot of people in our program don't, so. It's interesting not needing any equipment. Oh. So what is happening when we get this error? Is that because a mad pony is trying to show up on the screen? It would seem to be whenever large monsters are showing up is when it crashes. The actual error I'm getting is monsterparty.lua83 attempt to perform arithmetic on field question mark a nil value. Why line 83? Ain't nothing wrong with line 83. I wonder if it could be my own code, because line 83 could be that part where it tries to determine the... Oh no, it's not mine. That sounds really judgmental. Anyway, I think I'll wrap up this video. Good demo of the script. I'm excited to do more with it, but there's tweaks we gotta do, and other things I'd like to do. Very cool. Very cool script. I'm excited to play around with that more. Anyway, I'll just wrap up this video. Thanks.